everyone, this is Jay.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are
Kinda Critics.
Oh, wow, you really tried that time.
Yeah.
All right, well, today we got a double feature today on Hereditary and Ocean's 8. Now, with two films, we'll be doing a little competition. Not really a competition. I just want to call it one because I feel like I'm going to win. So we got 5 minutes to talk about our movies' pros and cons, the ones that we're reviewing, that we've watched, and then the final rating. The other person, of course, will keep the time and be sure to occupy them with jokes and whatnot, and hopefully screw them over so they're forced to do their rating at the end. And all right, so we're going to start with Ryan, and he will be reviewing Ocean's Menstruation. Ocean's 8. All right, and I'm going to give you a timer in a couple seconds. All right. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so as you guys all know, we are off hot press of Ocean's 8. And as everyone knows, the whole Ocean's film history, if not, you have your Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12. And both those films were directed by Steven Soderbergh. Pretty decent movies, to say the least. George Clooney, Matt Damon.
You've seen all of them.
Brad Pitt. I want to say only a little bit of Ocean's 12. Not a lot, yeah.
All right.
I'm always falling off with my movies. It happens. But yeah. This one was, as everyone all knows, all women. So we're looking at a pretty decent cast, though, of all women. And I think they did.
Looked like a pretty good candidate for another agenda-pushing thing for you.
Definitely pushing.
Yeah.
I was not surprised, no.
Mm-hmm.
I for the first time in a movie, I walked in knowing what to expect. All women, all the time. We didn't have any men, and that's exactly how they wanted it. She even said that in one of the scenes. She said, no men, because men are expected, and it automatically takes the pressure off of us.
Oh, God.
So,
I really was going to ask you, is there an explanation of why they can't have a man on the team, I was just...
Yep. So there's the explanation. The explanation is actually right in the movie. Oh, and I think that was actually meant to be pushed in the movie, just to let you know, women can steal jewelry, too. So...
You mean they're stealing jewelry as opposed to stealing money?
Money.
Like in the last couple of movies, the other movies, yeah.
Again, gender pushing. Why steal one? Actually, they said that in the movie as well. Why steal one jewel when you can steal all of them?
Oh, God. I can't wait till they make Ortiz's 25, where it's a bunch of minorities, blacks, and Asians stealing from the world's largest footlocker,
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, James, George Lopez. I got a list, man. We can make it happen.
Sounds like you planned this more than the movies have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right, what did you like about this? It already sounds like you're a little positive, man, despite not liking agendas.
Well, I don't like agendas if they're like in certain movies and they're not telling me I'm walking into an agenda.
By the way,
that's the only time I hate an agenda.
You got 3 minutes right now, man. I
3 minutes?
I'm gonna fuck with you. Yeah. All right.
That's quite all right. So basically, I'm gonna throw out the positives. The first positive, I actually liked the all-woman cast. Even though I hate agendas, I thought it was unique and different. Let's see, I enjoyed the soundtrack. The soundtrack was kind of different. Basically, music on music. We're robbing a bank. That's kind of how it's going to go. So they gave you intense music like that. And my final pro is James Corbin. He had a small cameo, but I like him a lot. And I think he's really funny.
Got a role. I forgot.
What'd you say?
I saw Peter Rabbit got a role. I forgot.
You're racist, but that's funny.
It is. It's Peter's Rabbit. It's Peter's Rabbit.
Peter's Rabbit. Let's see. And my cons? I didn't really have any. I don't have any cons. It was a pretty decent movie, really? And I give this movie an A+. Yes.
A out of 6 stars. What was it?
6 whole stars, bro.
Are you kidding me, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, you have a minute and a half on a minute 20 minutes. Explain the rating. Come on, give it to me.
Sandra Bullock is absolutely amazing. I was expecting less out of Rihanna, and I got more than what I expected. And that alone made her a great actress. And those two work well together.
Oh,
The rest of the cast, Anne Hathaway is absolutely gorgeous. She's pretty, and she knows her role in a movie.
Fantastic. Any other notable things about the movie? You got a minute on the clock. You're good.
Actually, I have one more pro. They left room for number 2. We're not sure if Danny Ocean is dead, so we might be getting Danny Ocean.
So George
and like Ocean's 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow, I'm surprised.
George Clooney made calls to the director.
Yeah.
Matt Damon made calls to the director as well. These are just like in rumor mills, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna happen. So we're looking at an Ocean's 10, and that's what I like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Was there any bad guys? Because I figured it's a whole team of women. I figured everyone was a villain.
Her ex-boyfriend was the villain.
Oh, great. So I think one of the screenwriters just got out of a nasty breakup.
Probably 9 times out of 10, but hey, nasty breakup always equals good movies and music. Just ask Taylor Swift.
Oh, good one. All right, man. Fantastic. You did that in record time. You got exactly 5 minutes. I just dragged you out the last 5 seconds, but you're good.
Awesome sauce.
All right, good job. Look at that.
Thanks.
So it was a 6 out of 6. Wow.
Yes.
All right. One of the first pros, Hereditary. Not another scary movie. Just from all the hoopla that this movie's getting, I just want to let everyone know that this is like It. The movie It came out last year. You're expecting scare after scare, familiar escalation. That's just force-fed in horror movies nowadays for the last decade, Thankfully, movies like Happy Death Day, The Witch, It Follows, Cabin in the Woods, and one of my favorites, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
I really don't do scary movies. Could you tell me what the storyline was?
Oh, boy. You're really going to make me do this. All right. This is Crazy White Lady. Mom just died, and... basically the mother haunts the house. It's like, okay, you know how Get Out was about the fear of meeting someone's ignorant family because you're black?
Yeah.
This is about inheriting your family's demons, which translates into inheriting your grandma's naked satanic rituals, That's exactly what it is. So, the intensity here was not subtle. It does have a point to it though, and I think the movie uses its horror to create a point and create a
Hey, Grandma! That's the first thing that came to my mind when you said naked grandmother's satanic ritual.
Yeah, to create a relatable conversation about things like, depression, grief, and family conflict, which is good because I was really getting sick of the whole demon monster takes over the world and it's up to some horny teenagers to save the day, which Truth or Dare wanted to remind me about. I was not a fan of that. Now let me get to the acting, man. This is some great acting from these people. Toni Collette, she played the mother, Annie. God, she has an amazing, not charisma, but she really knows how to, bring out the grief, the sadness in this mother who's clearly dealing with a very insane, insane mother that she had as a parent, and clearly she had to raise herself and all these other things going on. Alex Wolff is in this as well. Peter from the Naked Brothers band. He's been hitting hard with these movies. Jumanji 2, Patriots Day. To be honest,
his music is amazing. Naked Brothers band.
Oh, he's probably he should be compared to someone like Michael Jackson. It's just been. But yeah, he plays the whiny asshole son that has the.
That was a 2008 joke for anybody who watched Naked Brothers band. You're a loser if you actually like them.
No, but he's a whiny asshole son that has the funniest cry in the movie for this year. He's gonna get it. He's gonna be a candidate for that. Just the way he cries in this movie. I'm gonna show a couple of trailers of that. He's just. It goes on and on. It's really funny. Millie Shapiro plays Charlie, which is of course the daughter that gets that has the crazy demon stuff going on with her. Just think Exorcist, but she looks like the guy from from Face. That's his daughter. He's got the really weird square forehead face. Creepy child done right.
Help me out here, because you mentioned Exorcist. Is there any levitation in this movie?
Oh, hell yeah. And the scary part is it happens towards the end, and it does scare the shit out of you. It really does creep you out the way they do it in this movie. And I love Gabriel Byrne is probably my favorite character in this. He's the dad. He's Steve. He's just tired of the shit that's happening in this house, you know. And I'm telling you right now, watch the trailer for this. He has to deal with all of that, and he has to believe his wife, and he has to deal with his son, like his children. It's just there's literally a scene where he's at the light, and he's just like, oh. And he's like, it's a red light, and then he just stops and he just starts bawling, crying, and I'm like, you could feel for this guy. You're like, this guy has to deal with so much shit right now. Yeah, I know, but
that in the toilet is the only time they have to themselves.
No, but the acting that went into this, it just translated well with the detail and the camera work, which is another positive. It was some Wes Anderson shit. So the mother is actually she makes miniature houses, you know. Yeah, I know, another
49 seconds, by the way, bro.
You fucking kidding me, Ryan? Fuck you. You know, you're just saying naked grandma to get me out of time.
Did you laugh at it?
Yeah, whatever. Unintentionally hilarious, similar thematic patterns, and the ending dragged. That's the cons. 5 out of 6. Fuck you, Ryan. All right. Oh,
5 out of 6, really?
Yeah, all right. Well, now I got to tell you my whole rating now that you cut me off, you asshole. All right. So 5 out of 6. Hereditary is between The Exorcist and The Sixth Sense. It does a lot of things to make it memorable, but it also pushes boundaries that really tips over the overall themes. It does copy a lot from, The Witch, which I really thought was a good movie. I mean, it's an entertaining that will probably freak you out or make you want to understand more of the mystery of it. But yeah, that's all I got to say about Hereditary.
Fairness of competition, your time's been up for like 2 seconds now.
I told you, we have to give the rating when you cut me off.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're great at this. No, now we can talk about our thoughts, you know, without a timer. So yeah, let me hear more about Ocean's 8. Honestly, really sell me on why I should watch this movie. Why the person who hated Solo for its, you know, agenda pushing and just loves Ocean's 8, which is basically a sequel to a movie that had an all-male cast that decided to make it an all-female cast. You know, there's a lot of red flags here for you.
Well, basically, it's the same with Ghostbusters. Just because, like I said, I never really want to push.
Did you like the most recent Ghostbusters? No, I don't think I
did.
Did you?
I thought the comedy was great.
Ooh,
and those
wow.
actors gelled together perfectly.
Oh fuck!
Those
all right.
actresses, I apologize.
Well, you're convincing me not to watch this movie now.
No, but Ocean's 8, I will say this, for like I said, for a group of women who don't have, like, I don't know why they don't, like, I don't know why in 2018 we try and promote this so much, but because, like I said, if you're rich and you have money, so there's really no debate on if you're getting paid more or less. You still have more than the average person that's actually working in, like, regular working society.
Yeah.
But, again, for all-women cast that doesn't have that male figure in it, these women do great working by themselves. They made sure they worked with what they had, and they made sure the acting was going to come out terrific, and it did.
All right.
And, like, for Rihanna, someone who's not a polished actress, she got on screen and just, like, tore up.
Oh, really?
I don't even count Battleship as, like, her acting ability.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine.
Because, like, I think she did great in there, but I think it could have been a lot better in Battleship. And here, she knew her job, she knew her role, and she knew her character, and she made it perfectly.
I like how you're comparing her acting abilities to her acting ability in Battleship, as if that were, if I were to compare a piece of shit to, you know, a cookie, I think I would rather have the cookie, Ryan. But I'm glad you can at least tell me that my bae Rihanna is doing great out there.
Hey,
Yep.
It's fair to say that when you get a group of women, and like I said, these are probably like, what I want to say, random grabbings out of like a box of marbles or something like that. They took what they get, basically it's like Scrabble. They give you pieces, and they tell you to work with them. And that's exactly what they did. They worked
Really?
with what they had, and they came out great.
And overall, do you think the story worked? You know, it's a heist movie. You know, as far as heist movies, you know, you liked it because of it being a heist movie as well.
I did.
Yeah.
And I'll get into that now.
All right.
The fact that it was a heist, and yes, I think they kind of shoved it in your face that these are women, so they're gonna steal jewels. But what they do with the jewels is obviously it's a heist, so they smash up all the jewels, and between all the 7 women, they get 38,000 apiece. Well, 38 million. I'm sorry.
Oh no! All right, that's sensible.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
So yeah, I think that the storyline was decent. They framed the ex-boyfriend, and everybody walks away clean.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yes.
You are telling me right now this is a revenge movie of the female proportions. You know. Because if you know if one of the Ocean's movies with George Clooney was to have an ex-girlfriend, and then they framed her, you know how sexist that would have been to everybody in the theater. You know.
Oh God, they never would have lived that down in Hollywood. So it's better off to have a man framed by a woman.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what? I'm not surprised by your rating, honestly. A lot of people are saying it's decent, it's okay. And, you know, guess what? No Ghostbusters controversy. Like, I'm surprised, you know, there hasn't been really major news outlets that have been telling people, oh, you guys are sexist because you don't want to see this Ghostbusters movie or this Ocean's 8 movie, you know? So it's probably going to do well in the box office, you know? It is probably going to do well.
And that's my thing. Like I said, if you're going to push an agenda, I want you to push the agenda before you put the movie out there. Like, don't put the movie out there, and then when we get inside the theater, women, black people, agenda. Like, don't do that. Like, people hate that. Like, take, for example, in July of this year, or no, in August of this year, excuse me, we have Black Klansman coming out. In that title, you know what you're going to see. There's going to be racism thrown at your face. You're going to get probably the N-word a bunch of times. So you know what you're walking into.
Not to mention director Spike Lee's going to be on it. Yeah, no. I know what you're saying. Don't be surprised. But what I'm saying is, what made this different from Ghostbusters? Why do you think people weren't this upset when the movie's trailer came out? Like, a lot of people were still excited when they saw the trailer. To be honest, the only person I was watching before we got on. This guy, his name's Black Critic Guy. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's so he already put out a video where he says why he won't see Ocean's 8, and it is exactly the kind of stuff I would expect it, you know, from you to say. Is it the agenda pushing? This movie is clearly using an old franchise, revitalizing it, and putting a bunch of women in it, you know. And I guess he had a problem with it. All right.
He had a problem with this. Black franchise guy, is that his name?
Black Critic Guy. Let's not make fun of the guy. I think I want to mention him here, you know? I don't want him to be upset.
I don't want to make him upset either, but I will say his logic is slightly off. Like I said, me and him are two different people. I hate an agenda being pushed in a movie that I don't expect an agenda to be pushed in. When they showed the preview and they showed all women, I knew what I was walking into. So now all I had to do was go based strictly off their acting.
Yeah. No.
And the acting was great. And Hathaway, you can't top her down when it comes to acting.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. And Sandra Bullock, who's already a polished actress, she's great.
All right.
So you know what you're walking into. Like, you already know if a movie advertises and it has Sandra Bullock in it, you know you're going to get gold. I'm proud of the fact, like I said, very polished women actresses. And these women knew what they were doing. And what I appreciate most, and I can't, praise them enough, they left room for a number 2. Or an Ocean's 10, or whatever they're going to call it.
It's going to have to be Ocean's 9. I mean, they're really going to fuck up the numbers here, Ryan. If they just go straight to Ocean's 13 again, you know how fucking confused people are. They're going to be like, yeah, that's going to go crazy.
And again, they just might start it for the new generation that's really mentally retarded because of the Tide Pods. Who knows? They can't count anyway, so we'll just go Ocean's 100.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
I mean, they went from Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5. You tell me how many numbers they skipped there.
But yeah, like I said, they left room for, their very own sequel. Because,
yeah.
I believe it's a scene where the new recruit Asian girl who's like
Oh, Aquafina. Yeah, played by Aquafina.
yeah, she's a very skilled thief, and she pickpocket people for a living, which is really awesome. Which the movie played that off pretty well.
Yeah,
she bumps into people, all of a sudden money's missing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like I don't know how they did it. It's a cool camera trick. I will say that, to be honest with you. But she goes in the room and she goes, "Is that your brother?" And obviously, it's a picture of George Clooney on the shelf or whatever.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, that's my brother." And she goes, "He's hot. Is he still alive?" And she goes, "I don't know." Boom. Right there.
Yeah.
They just told you in the middle of the movie. Not at the end, not at the beginning, but in the middle.
Yeah.
We're going to have a number 2.
All right. Wow, Ryan. You surprise me every day, Ryan. I mean, you went hard on Solo. I think I was very soft on Solo. I liked it. You clearly loved this movie though. I'm glad. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Hereditary. Again, it's a good movie. You know, a lot of people are like really billing it though as one of the greatest horror movies of this year. I'm like, the rest of the year hasn't even happened yet. You know, we just saw the Halloween trailer come out. There could be a couple of surprises later this year. We can't just bill it right now as one of the best horror movies out there right now. I'm telling you right now though, it's very ambitious. It has a lot of work and heart were put into this movie, and I liked every single part of it. You know, even when I was scared, you know, this is how good of a movie this is. They made this sound a scary sound in that movie, and if you watch this movie, you're gonna know why. The little girl, she just does this out of nowhere, and then, you know, when she, spoiler alert, she dies halfway through the movie, which was a big surprise, you know, because when you
just from that sound,
yeah,
death.
Just imagine hearing that out of when, you know, just taking a shit, you hear, yeah, you would definitely want to get the fuck out of that bathroom after.
2 a.m. in the morning, you're washing your hands,
yeah,
using the John, and all you hear is, oh gosh, things are gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, I did like this movie a lot. You know, that's why I gave it a 5 out of 6. It worked for me. It was scary enough, but I think the point of me saying this is that it's not a scary movie is because it isn't. It's a psychological thriller. You know, that I hate I hate commercials I hate the marketing for horror movies or movies that aren't horror movies or have a little bit of scary jump scares in them. They just milk it. They want to get people scared and being like, ooh,
well, you know,
this is a scary movie.
Get a scream in there, and then somebody flying down the hall, and maybe just a little bit of blood. It's a horror movie, even if it's PG-13.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's probably what kind of set me off. And I was, but then watching it, I knew this wasn't going to be a horror movie. This was clearly a psychological thriller. You know, you get a lot of deep character dives in there, and you need to watch this.
Any room for a sequel?
Oh, no, because most of the family dies, and the person that doesn't die becomes the king of hell. Yeah, so you tell me, Ryan.
I thought that position was already taken by Satan.
Well, if I want to get into this is what I like though. This movie had a lot of lore in it, a lot of story, like a lot of stuff that you don't get to hear about. You know they how they always have like these books where it's like, oh, this is the book of Satan. You know, they flip through a couple of pages. This movie managed to get you through an entire like 2 hours, and you don't get bored of any of the stuff they talk about because they hint at it, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this is satanic cult conspiracy, all this stuff that you've seen before in other movies. This movie just makes it more entertaining. I don't know if it's the acting, I don't know if it's the direction, I don't know if it's the camera work, you know, Wes Anderson shit going on in there. It's amazing.
I don't know, Jarek, it sounds like they took the JFK death and just turned it into a film.
Oh, speaking of JFK, a lot of people lose their heads in this movie, and it's actually a theme. It's actually a theme in this movie. No, it's a theme. It's really weird. You're gonna be like, wow, they really try to make this mean something, and it's fucking crazy. You know and I think this is what I like about this movie. This is the dark night of horror movies. This is a movie where you're either gonna like it because, oh, it fucking scared me, and it's really fucking weird, or you're gonna like it because of this, you know, the psychology course you kind of learn from all of it, and it works so well. And I really hope we get more scary movies like this, Ryan. Because if the only movie I'm hoping for is a remake of a movie from the 1980s, you know, the new Halloween trailer, it's amazing. and I can't wait for that. But
just out of straight nostalgia, I'm going to go see that.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait for that either.
I've never seen any of the Halloweens, so go back and watch this and make fun of me, and let me know that I'm such a total knob for not ever seeing a Halloween, but going to see it out of nostalgia.
And we are out of time, but I just want to let everyone thank you so much for watching this week's review. And, follow us at kinda_critics. We also just got a new Instagram. It's kinda critics, all lowercase. You can follow us there. We'll have updates there as well. And, I'm Jarek. This is Ryan.
I'm Ryan.
Yeah, he's Ryan. And thank you again for watching us.